Welcome, everybody, to the Post-University Athletics channel. I am Jeremy Goldstein. We got a soccer doubleheader getting ready to take place here at Lemoy Field between Post and Wilmington. We start on the women's side. Wilmington coming in at 6-1-3. Post looking for their first win at 0-8-1. So obviously still some meaningful games in conference to be played. The Eagles coming off a 1-0 loss to Queens College. Prior to that, a 3-1 loss on the road against Holy Family. That was their two-game road trip. They're getting ready to start 3 consecutive matches here at home. First one here against Wilmington before a non-conference game against Southern Connecticut State on Tuesday. Going to the Wilmington side, they're coming off a dominant 7-0 conference win against Lincoln. They're finishing off a short one-game trip here against Post before heading home on Tuesday to face Georgian Court. In conference overall, Wilmington at the top at a record of 3-0-2, 0-3-1 the record for the Eagles. Their one tie did come against Felician. That was back on September 25th. Go over the goaltending matchups here today. For Post, it'll be Erin Nisbet, her 10th start of the year. A goals against average for Nisbet at 2.99 on the dot, 54 saves, a save percentage of .684. She does have that one shutout against Felician, but like we mentioned previously, the offense didn't provide a goal in that one. On the goaltender side, it'll be Bella Mazzoni for Wilmington. Her second start. Ariana Myers typically does start for the Wildcats, but Mazzoni, a good record at 1-0, I guess, to start this year as well. She's got a shutout. She's made 9 saves on 9 shots, so she has not allowed a goal on the year. Let's see how she fares here on the road at Lemoy as we're just about ready to get underway. Game 1 of 2 here at Lemoy Field on the day. And Post looking for that marquee first win of the year. Would be a good team to beat in Wilmington that has a ranked win. They tied against number 12, against 12th ranked Port Jefferson. Looks like Wilmington will get the initial touch. Last year, Post lost 2-0 on the road in Newark, Delaware to this Wildcat team as well. First touches go to the Wildcats. Steph Barrios opts to play back to her defense as both sides get set. Cautious approach to start for Wilmington. This is a Wildcat team who scored 7 goals in their previous game, so a slower approach, I guess, to start over the first few seconds. Kaylee Winters boots it high the other way. Chasing after it is Avia Burns for the Eagles. Ball goes out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in here on the Wilmington side by the Wildcats. Indigo Kirk gets a touch there before Van Sice boots it away for the Eagles. This is Jordan Callis with some space in the corner, launches towards the goal box, and that is deflected away by the Wilmington defense. So a good touch there. Good couple touches for Post, but nothing to show for it quite yet. Post continuing to try to get some momentum downfield. The freshman Lindsey Kinn with strike the other way, but it gets deflected back. Lots of real estate now for Indigo Kirk the other way as Ashante Wilson Campbell. So that is Kirk still at the midline. This is Burns who goes back towards the middle of the field. Through ball sent the other way. Callis chasing after it. Jordan Callis gets bodied down by Mary Caraman. Nothing called, so a physical play there as Callis had some room to go. It was a one-on-one. The Carman at her hip make the play. Sierra Bartley now dishes to her left for Evelyn Payne. Some momentum now the other way for Wilmington, and Nisbet will dive on the ball and stop play, as that's the first touch by the goaltender Nisbet on the afternoon. Ball takes a couple of hops. It's Reed Morrison, the sophomore, trying to put a header on it. Wildcats will reset with their defense. Reese Klutzer the pressure there for Post. Barrios takes down Tatiana Chase as the Wildcats keep possession down the other way. Payne up ahead for Winters. Winters kicks it off a couple of white jerseys. Now has it back on her right foot. Back to the right for Kirk. Indigo Kirk into the goal box, and Nisbet fumbled the ball, but nobody there to clean up the rebound. And so Post will reset with their goaltender Nisbet once again. Ball skied up in the air. Morrison trying to fight for possession for Post, but it's Indigo Kirk again on the near sideline who wins the battle. Klutzer charging at the ball on the far sideline that time, and it goes over the fence and out of play. So a throw-in coming. Coming up on 4 minutes into the action now, and still no score. Here's Kirk again trying to slide it through the near sideline. Van Cise there to break it up. It's Payne, though, who takes it away from the Post defense. Payne strikes towards the middle. Played it up for Filipowski, and Nisbet beats her to the spot and makes the stop. So Nisbet busy early for Post, as that one was the best opportunity we've seen from Wilmington in the early stages of the first half. Jordan Callis looking for a player to dish it off to. Goes back for Morrison. Now Klutzer will charge after it on the far side. Ball trickles all the way back out to the Wildcat defense where they can ensue another possession. Kirk and Legazamon play catch on the backside. And Karaman restores possession now for Wilmington. High strike coming. I think that was intended for Kirk, but the pass way awry and goes back towards Aaron Nisbet again. Fourth touch already for Nisbet in the first 6 minutes of play. Tatiana Chase dishes to the far sideline. A give and go. It goes back to the foot of Chase, who tries to keep it in. Karaman with the good pressure on the high deflection that time. Ball played toward the goal box again. Callis chasing after it, but beating her to it was Mazzoni. Payne beating Callis there. Avia Burns trying to take the ball away on that side of the field, and on the far side, it does go out of play. We'll have a throw-in coming. Slotted up to Morrison, who gets immediately pressured high by Winters, and it's taken away once more. Back to the foot of Payne. Payne and the official almost collide there. Now Winters and Legazamon. Here's Sierra Bartley trying to slot it through the middle, and a nice clear by the Post defense that time. Post looking for some offense. Again, it's been all Wilmington on their offensive half of the field. It's been kind of a game of keep away if you look at it from Post's perspective. Kirk throws in for Legazamon. Her and Indigo Kirk playing a lot of catch on the near sideline to start the game today. Carmen's pass is intercepted, and Klutzer couldn't keep it in play there. There's another throw-in coming. Post finally able to get it onto the other side. Klutzer has some room to go. Makes someone miss. Plays it to Kalish. Now Morrison, and Post opts to reset. They had some space towards the goal box there, but didn't opt to try to send it in. Here's Kirk. Van Sice getting in her way, dishes it off for Payne. Payne strikes, good deflection by Burns to get in the way of that one. Kirk slots it. Taking the brunt of that hit was Taylor Morales. Looks like we're going to get a free kick coming, though, for Wilmington, our first of the day. Morales called for the foul, kind of got in the way of Evelyn Payne. Going to be Kaylee Winters and Maria Legazamon who could potentially kick this one. It is Legazamon who strikes one towards the goal. Look for the deflection in front and went off the back of a Wildcat who was streaking in the box. So a bit of a awkward play there, as Post catches a huge break defensively after the foul. Karaman looks for Barrios. Eagles have given Wilmington lots of room for the Wilmington defense to operate as they look to start new possessions throughout the course of these first 10 minutes. 34.5 to go in the first half. Played along the near sideline. Kirk once again. Morrison attacking the ball. Another slot by Payne, but deflected before it got anywhere. Ball played into Post's box. A couple of headers that time as Van Sice gets it out of harm's way. Callis plays it off a Wildcat leg, and it'll be a Post throw-in around midfield. Van Sice plays in, gets it to Chase. Chase is quickly dispossessed, and the Wildcat defense resets with Legazamon. Played back to Karaman as pressure again begins for Wilmington as they work it onto the far side of the field. Good deflection by Klutzer to stop the press. But the Wildcat defense, as they so often have to start the game today, will pass it amongst themselves as positioning gets reset. Pass for Payne, almost got away from her. Leguizamon back with it for the Wildcats is now Carmen dishes right back to Leguizamon. High kick towards the box. Nisbet kind of hesitating to leave her post. And Natalia Vizera's shot goes above the bar. So finally, the Wildcats were able to get off one of those high through ball passes, so to speak, but it didn't connect onto net. Nisbet didn't even have to make a save there either. Van Cise is the first to touch for the Eagles after Nisbet releases. And Payne strikes it out of bounds near the post bench. Another opportunity for the Eagle offense to operate, but it quickly gets halted. Kirk back for Leguizamon. And now Carmen. Barrios plays for Vizera. Again, Wilmington's defense being allowed to do whatever they want because they're not forced into quick thinking. All the Eagle defense kind of just retreats back to the offensive end. And that's a good kick out of bounds by Zoe Meyer to force the throw-in. Kirk goes short for Payne. Now Bartley trickles it all the way back to Leguizamon again. On her back comes Callis. Barrios sends it towards the net, but it goes wide. We'll have another goal kick coming from Nisbet. Action on the far side of the field. In Eagle possession for the time being. Free kick coming for post in their own end. That was Bartlett who got a little over aggressive there. So finally, post able to be the beneficiary of some contact. So we get close to 30 minutes remaining in the first half and still scoreless. Long boot the other way. Chasing after it first is Carmen. Maliana Bodwin unable to get to the ball first this time. It's in the hands of Mazzoni now as Wilmington resets. Kirk dishes. Pressure again by Van Cise, who came far up the field. Good intercept there as well by Chase, trying to go the other way, beating Leguizamon to the spot, but ran past the ball. Chase almost had a breakaway opportunity there, but Leguizamon stood strong in her position. Now the Wildcats look to get going once again. Leguizamon's had a lot of touches in this first half. So is Indigo Kirk. And that goes out of bounds off of Morales. Kirk throws in from just in front of the post bench. And the pass there from Bartley goes out of play. Sierra Bartley, by far the tallest player on the field at 6 feet, so she's tough to move around when she has the ball in good position. From the near corners where the Eagles start. It's the furthest they've had it upfield. in this first half. High arcing kick by Van Sice, and it falls into the bucket on a save by Mazzoni. See if that gets credited with a save or just a regular stop, as Mazzoni might have saved it from a spot that was not in front of goal. Good edge from Kirk again this time. Gets it to Bartley. Bartley moving it upfield, goes through the post defense and into the arms of Aaron Nisbet again. Morrison, the target of that pass, makes a good altercation with the leg. Gets it downfield. In Wilmington's defense, nobody pressuring them to make a play, so they just walk the ball all the way up to the midline here. And here comes Evelyn Payne streaking the other way. Payne into the goal box, shoots, and it goes wide. Another really good chance for Evelyn Payne, who's had a couple of them today, the redshirt junior out of Wilmington. Burns throws in from post zone. Chase tries to give the short delivery to Morrison. Resetting here is Kaylee Winters. Ball takes a couple of ricochets and goes out of bounds. It will not be a corner. Goal kick coming for Nisbet. Oh, post defense loses it there. Payne able to opt it off. Filipowski almost had a clear net to work with, but she stumbled. Winters gets it back to the spot, and a good boot from the middle of the field that time to get it out of harm's way. That was Bodwin with the strong enforcement that time. As again we see a ball out of bounds by the Eagle bench. It'll be a throw-in coming from Indigo Kirk once more. Immediately goes by the foot of Bartley back to Kirk. Now Bartley again looking for the angle, goes to her right. Claudia Gillum playing it back. This is good work by the Eagle defense, changing angles away from the goal. Right now Steph Barrios able to reclaim it. And Wilmington's defense again will initiate possession from the opposite end of the field. Carmen makes Morrison miss, trying to slide one to the other side, cross turf. And it's played back for Winters. Leguizamon and Karaman continuing to go back and forth here, and Post able to reclaim possession for the time being. Played forward for Morrison, but immediately lost it back to Kirk. Kirk up ahead for the junior defender Filipowski. Kirk trying to punch it towards the net, but it goes out of bounds off an Eagle. Looks like we're going to have our first corner kick of the day. Sophia Filipowski getting engaged close to the net, and Bodwin did not have a choice but to let that go out of bounds by goal. Winters will initiate the corner kick. Not a lot of stack in the box. And it misses everyone. What a weird play that was, and it goes out of bounds far side of the field. They're still going to say it'll be a throw-in for Wilmington, so they do say it went off an Eagle deflection. Leguizamon at the logo, uses the left foot to pass it upfield. Kirk back for Filipowski. Gets in front of Avia Burns. Shoots one towards the net. It just went wide. That would have been an impressive goal if it was a little further to the left. Filipowski getting a couple of good chances. One that resulted in a corner kick, and that one that just missed the left post of Nisbet. Under 23 minutes to play in the first half. Still looking for our first goal of the day. Ooh, a collision going for the ball there. Thankfully, Gillum up quickly for the Wildcats, but one player still down on the post side of the field. She gets attended to. Will go over what we've seen in this game so far. On the Wilmington side, they've kind of dominated offensive possession. A few shots on goal already. That's forced Erin Nisbet to make a couple of saves. They also have the only corner kick opportunity of the day so far as well. Clock stopped right now with 22 and a half minutes to go. No shots on goal registered yet for Post. We'll take a quick break as matters get attended to on the field. When we come back, the final 22 and a half minutes of the first half. Again, it's Post 0, Wilmington also 0 when we come back. Getting ready to return to action here at Lemoy Field. 22 and a half minutes to play in the first half. Still no score. Taylor Morales off after the collision for the Eagles. So we'll see how Post responds. Ball will originate on the Post side of the field. Looks like a free kick coming for Wilmington. Sent away by Winter into the box, deflected towards goal, but it goes back the other way. Legazem on the first to it. Out of the reach of Bodwin for the time being, who tried to make a circus-type stop, redirecting her leg the other way, but does trickle out of bounds anyway onto the far side of the field. That was Klutzer trying to regain some momentum, pushing the other way. Filipowski redirected it back to the defense, but a nice play by Van Sice, who pushes it forward. Immediately a turnover on the Eagle end. Sent to the left for Kirk, chasing after it, Bartley. And offsides is the call. Post trying to send a through ball forward. Looks like for Jordan Callis, but Callis not in the position to receive that time. Under 21 minutes to go now in the first half. Winters plays back for Karaman, and Lugazamon will get things going again. If you're just joining us, and still no score. Finally, though, the post defense not allowing Wilmington to approach the ball towards the midline without any pressure. Ball got stuck in the middle of the field before the Eagles do force the turnover. Race here, Filipowski trying to beat Chase to the spot. It will be a Wildcat throw-in as Kirk goes to Filipowski, goes immediately off of her leg. Now it's Van Cise. Good velocity on that throw-in, able to get it upfield to Cadman. Audrey Cadman playing it forward, but Pizzoni in good position in the goal box. Bartley plays the other way. Nisbet in a race with it with Payne, and that goes out of bounds. Some good action there for the time being. Audrey Cadman, the junior, off the bench with some really nice play, especially in the midfield. We have a substitution coming for Wilmington. Amelia Aquino checks into the game, the freshman out of Runnemede, New Jersey. Natalia Vizera, the sophomore, comes off. You got to think this is a meaningful game for Coach Sam Kane of Wilmington in his first season coaching the Wildcats. He was a postgraduate back in 2010. Would love to get a win back against his alma mater. Claudia Gillum got turned around, that is. A lot of back and forth, though. But again, it's Wilmington who seems to win the 50-50 balls. Goal kick coming for Erin Nisbet. Van Cise trying to utilize that near sideline. Burns ended up losing it back to Winters. Winters back for Lugazamon. They gave her the middle of the field. She skies one towards the goal mouth. It's Gillum again. Back for Payne on the far side. Give and go with Gillum. Finally gets her body to face goal, but ball gets deflected out of play. And it's going to be another corner kick coming. That was all Claudia Gillum forcing post. Their only option to allow the corner kick to occur now for the Wildcats. It'll come from the far side of the field this time. Again, nobody stacking in front of the goal. They slot it towards. Lugazamon tried to get ahead on it. And it's kicked out. Almost stayed in, depending on the bounce. We'll get a throw-in coming. Here's Bartley working it towards the middle, trying to shoot one on. But Van Cise got in the way and blocked it up high. Van Cise using momentum the other way. Has one player to beat. Gets in front of Karaman. Van Cise, can she shoot one on? And Mazzoni makes the stop. Hannah Van Cise goes from one end to the other. And gives her team a corner kick opportunity. She blocked the shot and immediately went end to end. And while Mazzoni did make the save, it'll be the first corner kick chance on the day for Post. Ball sent towards the box and it missed everyone. Nobody got a touch on it. The outlet pass going in the direction of Payne didn't get there either. It will be a Post throw-in under 16 minutes to play in the half. As it's Zoe Meyer with the touch now. Low line drive pass gets deflected back the other way. Here's Bartley playing it forward, looking for the through ball, but Erin Nisbet makes the stop. And we haven't seen Nisbet really punt the ball on goal kicks. She really just opts to go to her defender, play it safe. Klutzer chips it up ahead for Audrey Cadman. Can she settle it down and shoot? It goes off the field goal post. A little too much on that one, but that's a couple consecutive good opportunities. As there's 15 minutes now to go in the first half, still no score. Lugazimon goes to the near sideline here for Kirk. Now it's Karaman the other way, misses a couple of feet. And Klutzer couldn't catch the redirect. Couple of substitutions now. Coming in, Isabella Valentino for Wilmington. And Taylor Sagan enters the game for Van Cise. Probably expended a lot of energy rushing upfield on that end-to-end block and then shot. Lugazimon takes a break on the Wilmington side. So one of the players who's been most involved for the Wildcats, potentially to take the rest of the first half off. See if that affects the score in any way. Klutzer collides with Payne on the far side of the field. It's going to be a post throw-in with under 14 minutes to play in the half. Rushing after it was Bodwin, but she couldn't get there before Barrios made a touch. Kirk runs after. Plays it back for Valentino, who is going to take Lugazimon's defensive position for the time being. Long pass ahead, looking for Bartley. Bodwin on her back, chips it forward for Winters, who shoots one on, but misses wide. Maybe it was a pass, as it was received by Aquino, but it did go out of bounds right before Aquino was able to get there. Throw-in coming for Post as they slowly work their way up. They missed the leg of Chase there. As Barrios gets it at the center line for Wilmington again. Coming up on 12 minutes to play in the half. Both sides have had chances. Most recently, the Eagles have had a couple before Mazzoni made a couple of nice stops. Again, Bella Mazzoni yet to allow a goal on the year. Ball chipped in towards the middle by the net for Erin Nisbet, and a couple players collide and go down again here. It's like Chase who took the brunt of the contact, but does appear to be all right. Clock stopped at 11:54 for the time being as they allow both victims of the collision to regain or regather themselves. Possession will remain with Post when the whistle blows. Play officially resuming now. Bodwin will opt to not send one downfield and just dish to the left. Good intercept by Kirk on the pass upfield for Sagan. Goes out of bounds on the near side. Chase, double teamed. And it will be another Kirk throw-in. Substitutions again. Alda Gomes in for Wilmington. Wildcats displaying their depth in the final parts of the first half. Bartley gets triple teamed and sends one out of bounds towards Nisbet, who will release again. This is Meyer, who almost lost it back to Bartley. Bodwin plays it up ahead, but it's like they're going to Posted will be granted better positioning here towards the center line. Free kick, excuse me, coming for Bodwin. Ayana Bodwin, long line drive kick. Being aggressive on the ball was Chase, but she overran it a little bit. Now Gomes will play it back with under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Evelyn Payne will get it back to Karaman. And Valentino initiates another rush for the Wildcats. Aquino forgot Sagan. And now Klitzer at the post logo. Up ahead, Chase trying to win the through ball battle here. Kirk boxing a couple of white jerseys out. And Valentino restarts things for the Wildcats. So it's been a few minutes since we've seen any dangerous offensive opportunities. A lot of whistles and a couple of back and forths in the neutral zone. And all of this has really started. Post has had better control of the game since they started putting more pressure on Wilmington's defense. Again, when they were kind of waiting for the Wildcats to play it to midfield, that's when it became easier for Wilmington to kind of work it upfield. Now it's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of lack of progress working it with the ball on both sides. Klutzer drops it off for Burns. Burns trying to keep it in, but cannot. Wildcat throw in with just over 8 minutes to play in the half. The junior Aquino plays it back to the defense. Some room now for Karaman to kind of play it up, but that window gets clogged. Played up ahead. Back to Filipowski, who's played both midfield and defense today. Bartley slides it forward. Back to the leg of Aquino, but goes out of bounds towards the corner. Post will throw in now with under 7.5 to play in the frame. Gillum works it back to Payne, who contorts her body and tries to turn around to keep it ahead of her. But the Eagle defense responds accordingly as Filipowski will throw in now for Wilmington. And still looking for our first tally. Couple of saves for Mazzoni. Few saves for Nisbet. Chase collides with Valentino there on the race for the ball. We play on. Tatiana Chase has been involved in a lot of high contact plays. Filipowski plays it back towards the middle. Meyer right there in the perfect spot to break up that rush. Plays it ahead. Gomes collides with Callis. Both players seem to be all right. Again, we'll have a free kick coming, though, for Post, as the clock winds down under 6 minutes to go. Long strike towards the net, goes over the crossbar off the foot of Ree Morrison. Maya Pereira enters the game for Post. Chase comes off. Chase coming in from Baltimore, a freshman on this Post soccer team. And this is an Eagle team that comes into this one with just 3 goals on the year, looking to find their offensive footing against a good conference opponent. Bodwin, Klitzer, and Emily Velasquez with the 3 goals on the season for the Eagles, as we're under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Looks like we're going to have a Wilmington free kick now on the other end. Winters towards the net. Nisbet bats it away. Aquino's jamming at it, and somehow the Post defense gets it out of the box. Gomes trying to get things going again for Wilmington. Collides with a couple of white jerseys. And the Eagles officially halt possession. That was a dangerous chance with Aquino jamming at the ball by the goalpost. But it looked like it was Bodwin who kind of stood firm. Alda Gomes with another intercept, playing the through ball upfield for Bartley, who tries to get positioning on her defender. And Burns shoots it through a few white jerseys, and saving the corner there was Nisbet. Ball back to the Eagle logo. But again, it's Wilmington who's able to play it forward. Valentino plays for Carmen. Before it is Pereira who intercepts. Gets it upfield to Klitzer. Dishes to her right for Cadman. Cadman shoots one high. Another good chance. The second time Audrey Cadman's gotten a shot off, but it's missed the net both times and gone high above the crossbar. Filipowski forward for Gillum. And now Alda Gomez able to play it the other way. Kirk loses it. Valentino will force the throw in and will be a Wilmington from their own end. Valentino with about 2:05 to play in the half. Wildcats on their defensive side have had a lot of possession time as they've done a good job initiating rushes. Valentino walks up, plays it away. And Kirk kind of tramples over a couple of white jerseys, but it does stay Wildcat possession. Filipowski forward. Again, Wilmington using the middle of the field quite a bit of late. Ball will go out as Post throws in. Filipowski to her left with 1 minute to play in the first half. Still looking for our first goal of the game. Bartley was fouled. It'll be a free kick coming for the Wildcats, who are ensuring now that at the very least we'll have a scoreless tie going into the halftime break. Winters will kick away with 30 seconds remaining in the half. Towards Nisbet's box, she leaps up and makes the stop. Nisbet will patiently wait for everybody else to get back downfield with 20 seconds now remaining in the half. She'll probably hold on as long as she can. 10 seconds now to play in the frame. High arcing punt goes in the direction of Aquino. And Aquino will play it forward, but not enough time to do anything more with that possession. As the buzzer sounds, we are 45 minutes in, 45 minutes to go. It's 0-0 between Post and Wilmington. We'll take a break for halftime and be back for the second half. Again, your score: Post 0, Wilmington 0. almost ready to get back underway for the second half at Lemoy Field. It is Post nothing and Wilmington nothing. Again, thanks for tuning back in. Jeremy Goldstein with you. A lot of changes on both sides, especially at the end of that first half. Again, Wilmington coming off a game where they scored 7 goals in a 7-0 win against Lincoln. Again, their record currently in conference 3-0-2. Post, they're 0-3-1, but a chance to collect at least a point here against a really good team in the Wildcats. Let's go over some stats as we get ready for that second half of play. 12 shots to 4. Wilmington leading in that category, including in shots on goal and 4-1. Goaltender Bella Mazzoni, 1 save on 1 shot. She continues her perfect track record on the season. And Erin Nisbet, 4 saves on 4 shots in the half as well. The 1 shot on goal belongs to Hannah Van Sice, who had that steal on one end of the field, then took it all the way down to the other side and shot it into that corner. On the Wilmington side, again, those 4 shots on goal, 2 of them coming from Kaylee Winters, the other 2 coming off the bench by Amelia Aquino in those last 5 minutes of the half. So she definitely came in with aggression. You can think about where Post is, just 3 goals in 9 games on the year. And this is a Wilmington team that does not have their best goal scorer in Aboni Bradshaw, but does have a lot of players who provide offense. So this would be a good morale win at the very, very least. A good confidence booster for Post if they're able to hold them off. Let's see what the last 45 minutes has in store. Again, both teams, have switched sides. See if we get a goal on the board in the last 45, or if we're going to have a scoreless tie to finish this one off. And Wilmington had the dominance early, but Post did, again, provide some offensive pressure. Audrey Cadman, a junior off the bench, also providing a couple of shots. None of them just made it towards goal. Good slide by Bodwin there to prevent the offensive attack to start the period. Filipowski will throw in as the Wildcats look to keep it in on this right side of the field here early. Mary Karaman played it with her chest that time. Wilmington's defense again able to take it all the way up to the half line. And Maria Legazamon, who did sit the last 10 minutes and change, kicks it out of bounds. So a Post throw-in coming. And Wilmington in this game overall at 6-1-3. They'll go back home to face Georgian Court. Before starting another 2-game road trip against Caldwell and Felician. They finish up their season November 5th on the road against Goldie Beacom. Those are the last 3 road games they'll have this year. Ball slotted to the far sideline. Some momentum the other way for the Wildcats. Zoe Meyer makes a nice play on the ball, but Bartley recovers. Shot towards the net. Nisbet got a piece of it up high and then slides on top of it to make the save. Didn't get quite enough elevation to make the full catch on that stop, but does recover quickly and keeps the ball out. Filipowski disrupts that attempt by Klutzer to get it out of play. Ball thrown in towards Tatiana Chase. It's Van Sice who will work it back to the middle, trying to play it back to the right now. Carman gets in the middle and intercepts. Winters forward for Carman. Played back by Gotsagan. Trickles all the way to the other side of the field where Mazzoni will patiently wait for it and stop it. Wilmington's defense looking to start another rush. Valentino playing it all the way upfield. It does go out of play. We're going to get a goal kick here for Nisbet. Bodwin will initiate things on this side of the field for the Eagles. Bartley with some nice pressure, forcing another throw-in. Filipowski gets her head in the way of that one. Goes all the way back out to Leguizamon. Meyer with a nice give-and-go touch. Burns tries to get it back towards midfield. Goes all the way back to Van Cise, though, so still with Post. Chase drops it off to the far side. And someone in a Post jersey taken down on the far side of the field. Looks like we're going to have a free kick coming for the Eagles, who haven't spent much time on this end in the first 4.5 minutes of the second half. Ball booted away towards the box, but it's sent back in the other direction. Payne almost tripped down, but able to get it off to the side of the field for Filipowski. Trying to send the through ball the other way. Getting it back to Payne, and Lindsey Kinn able to shield off Payne from getting in front. We're going to have a corner kick after all of that for Wilmington. Kinn having to give it up in order to prevent a good chance at goal. Under 40 minutes to play in the game. Another ball that stays on the ground. Nisbet diving after it. It was sitting there, and Bodwin quickly reacts and gets it away. Man, that's the second time already in this half where Nisbet has gotten a piece of the shot, but it's kind of been ready and available for a rebound, but nothing doing on it. Bartley trying to play it towards goal, goes all the way back out to Filipowski, who will start over. Play to the right for Winters. Winters gets it away. Bodwin got a piece of it with the head. Back to Carman, who tries to slide one forward, and a nice job by Chase and Kinn to keep it out. Van Cise gets a piece. Bodwin, high arcing kick towards center line. Feels like Wilmington has control right now. But all of it doesn't matter until they get that first goal. Ball played the other way for Payne, and Nisbet will retrieve it before allowing another corner kick potentially. Zoe Meyer will get things started on the far side of the field on this Eagle possession. Now Bodwin in the middle of the back. Meyer kind of stuck. Payne pressuring her, but does a good job to get it all the way downfield. So a good recovery by Meyer as Eagles try to maintain the momentum on the other side. Ball sliding the other way. Doesn't go anywhere. And it's Burns who's able to keep it on the Eagles side of things. Van Cise threw in, and it looks like Chase took someone down. So a turnover on the Eagle end. 36-36 to play. Valentino up ahead for Bartley. Nice give and go with Barrios, who gets taken down aggressively. So another free kick coming for Wilmington as they continue to keep the ball on their own offensive end. Logazamon walking all the way up past that blue line, touching up ahead for Gillum. Gillum towards Filipowski, who kind of got flat-footed and couldn't catch that ball, but it will be a Wildcat throw-in as Post opts to kick out of bounds. Filipowski looking for a direction. Got it to Bartley. Now Lugazamon again. Another touch coming for Valentino. Mary Karaman goes back for Valentino again. Play to the left for Lugazamon. Patient are the Wildcats here in this second half. Filipowski back to the middle. Didn't find a Wildcat on the deflection, but so it'll be another reset for Wilmington. Played up ahead for Bartley. Bartley on her left side, playing it forward, has Payne who shoots and missed the net. Oh, that was the best chance of the day for either side, as Evelyn Payne had Nisbet beat but couldn't find Nylon. Really good pass inside as well from Bartley to Payne, but again, nothing to show for it. Line drive from Nisbet. Don't often, again, see her kick it far out of goal, but does there. Tripping over the ball were a couple of Wildcats there, and Wilmington only recovers all the way back on the other side of the field. Chase shoots towards the net. Easy stop for Mazzoni. Clock rolls under 34 minutes to play. And still nothing on the board. Valentino slowly approaching. Give and go. Lugazamon forward for Karaman. Now it's Payne. Payne to the far side. Valentino almost trips over the ball, but regains her balance. Post really had their back against the wall for the majority of this half. Payne lets it rip again, and Nisbet is there. Trying to make up for it was Payne from far out. But Nisbet, who was hugging that post, able to make the stop. Valentino again, the first to it off the goal kick. Now Filipowski there, trying to send it through for Gillum. But it's Klitzer who gets in the way of that. Shots on goal, 7-2. In favor of Wilmington so far. Bartley trying to chase after the ball here. Nisbet slides in front of her and makes the save. That's one thing you could say about Erin Nisbet. She's not afraid to charge out, even if it's right at an attacker. She keeps the game scoreless with just over 32 minutes to play. Filipowski gets out of the way of Reese Klutzer there, but ends up being the first to the ball, as we'll have to see Wilmington reset again with possession. It's been a while since Post has had full possession time. As they look to adjust. Played along the far side, Gillum, but she loses it past the sideline and out of play. Valentino for Lugazamon. More high pressure coming from the Eagles, preventing another Wildcat deep rush. Gillum got trapped, fell down as well. Filipowski couldn't get to it that time. Here comes Klutzer. Stumbles along the center line, but gets it away. Moving forward, Cadman, who's had a couple of chances already today, drops it off for Klutzer, who shoots, but right there, Mazzoni. Good job by Klutzer to get positioning to get a shot away, just a little too far out. Mazzoni a lot of time to make the adjustment and save. Chase picks up the loose ball and moves right to left. Chase falls down. Looks like we're going to have a free kick coming for Post now with exactly 30 minutes to go. Van Cise will deliver. Dead pass up for Burns. Burns loses possession as she was trying to rush the goal. Morrison will come back in for Post. And Lena Prudent into the game for the first time on the Wilmington end. It will be Gotsagan who will come out here. And Lugazamon, who takes us a break on the Wilmington side. Really nice pass upfield to get it to Prudent, who has fresh legs in the game. Trying to play it forward for Bartley, who can't turn around and play the ball. Prudent will collect on the reset and deliver for Karaman. Karaman has Morrison on her. Now it's Payne who had the best chance here in the second half. Now to Bartley. Bartley tries to get one off, but too much pressure down low. Barrios now back for Bartley. Bartley shooting one, and it hops up into the chest of Nisbet. 28 minutes to play. Nisbet's made a few marquee stops to keep the game scoreless. Throw in there looking for Gillum. Meyer closing off that lane. Gillum trying to get in front of Meyer, and it looks like that went off Meyer. Is it going to be a corner potentially? It will not. So really good defensive play by Zoe Meyer that time to take away the offensive momentum. Thrown in. Barrios ahead, looking for Payne, and instead it goes to Bartley. Bartley tries to slide it through. Nisbet intelligently rushes out because she had a lot of time to get to that loose ball. It'll be Meyer again who will slide it away. Ball deflected back to the legs of Zoe Meyer, but Prudent able to leap up and deflect that one. Morrison with a good strike up ahead. Ball played towards the net of Mazzoni, and it goes in! Looks like Hannah Van Cise found the back of the net, and Post takes a 1-0 lead. A broken play on the far corner, and Post creates a goal out of it. It'll be Audrey Cadman who gets credited with the goal. Her first of the year, and Post on their fourth goal of the season takes a 1-0 lead. Looks like some extra determination here. Valentino ahead. What a big win this would be at this point for Post. Again, 0-8-1 on the year. They're facing a team that's not only 6-1-3, but 3-0-2 within the CACC. Still plenty of time left in this one. 25-24 exactly on the clock. Nisbet will clear. Here's Carrios. Played it back for Prudent. Now Valentino approaching. Played for Payne. Payne for Winters. Good individual defense on this side of the field for Post. Defending a 1-0 lead. Bartley playing it back for Gillum. Really good high pressure again here by the Eagles. Valentino plays it forward for Winter. Klutzer comes to meet her. Ball goes off the leg of Klutzer and out of bounds. Ball into Winters, who falls down with Sagan. It'll stay with the Wildcats as they work closer to net. Free kick coming. Initiated by Kaylee Winters. Winters strikes to the other end. Ball sitting there. Nothing doing out of it. And they send one towards the goal of Nisbet, and they score! What a response by the Wildcats as they tie it at 1. This was either Indigo Kirk, who might have been in there on the far side of the field, who elevated one under the bar and out of the reach of Nisbet. And it is Indigo Kirk who's credited with the goal as we're tied at 1. Devastating one for Post, who took the late lead. But just a few minutes later, Kirk responds with the equalizer. Second goal on the year for Kirk to go along with her assist that she had earlier this year as well. Taken down is Payne. All of a sudden, Wilmington has all the momentum back. Ball back on the Post side of the field. And a chance with a properly played free kick here to gain their first lead. Still plenty of time to do it. There's 22:20 to go. Strike by Winters over the par. I mean, if that was on line with the net, Nisbet was not going to leap up and get that. So this shoot-first approach has seemingly changed things now for the Wildcats. More aggression here from Evelyn Payne. Eagles get it out of harm's way for the time being. Morrison plays it back for Bodwin. So we waited so long for a goal of any kind in this one. And then in a few minutes, both sides get their first of the game. Cadman near the ball there, lets it flutter out of play. Audrey Cadman is a junior of Tallinn, Connecticut. She nets her first goal of the year, gets her first point as well as a reserve. So that's a meaningful goal for her. On the other side, it was Indigo Kirk, who is a freshman, primarily known as a defensive mid. She's out of Auckland, New Zealand. Under 21 minutes to play, Karios with a really nice takeaway, but Reese Klutzer ends up with possession, facing the out-of-bounds line on the near side. They might have called a foul on Winters here, but no, it will be a Wilmington throw-in with Filipowski immediately going back into Payne. Winters with a long strike towards the box, just trying to create some chaos by the net. Goes all the way back out to Valentino. Here's Payne again. Opts to the right for Filipowski. Filipowski, long strike, looking for Bartley, and it does go all the way into the box where Nisbet makes the stop. High arcing kick towards center line. Morrison the other way. Klutzer beats Valentino to the spot. Almost stumbles over the ball. Valentino aggressively trying to poke away at it. Sagan gets involved. And it goes out of bounds on the corner. Valentino plays to the left. Prudent sends it away for Bartley. Bartley a couple of touches, then opts to pass to Gillum towards her left. Gillum finds striking Barrios, playing it up ahead for Payne, who stumbled down and fell. Filipowski trying to beat Klutzer to the spot. Klutzer gets shouldered down. Great aggressive play by Reese Klutzer to use her strength to make a play, but it is turned right back over. Here's Payne walking in. Evelyn Payne gets the edge. She finds the center, deflected away by Ken. Lindsay Kinn with a really nice stop there, but it's still with Wilmington on their offensive side of the field. Barrios and Gillum work it back. 18-14 to play. Game still tied at 1. Valentino in the logo circle plays it upfield for Winters. Almost found the legs of Payne, and now Van Cise will track it down. Bartley keeps it in play out of nowhere, got in front of Van Cise. Strong kick here from Winters, looking for Karaman to come in and touch, but Nisbet does make the stop. Under 17 and a half to play now. Nisbet elevates it away, but Valentino does a good job to touch it ahead, but then Barrios stumbles. Klutzer takes advantage of it, but Barrios redeems herself and slides it back Filipowski somehow able to keep it in play off the near sideline, looking for the streaking Payne, and Nisbet dives on top of it. A lot going on there as Wilmington's looking for two unanswered and to take the lead. Now under 17 minutes to go. Nisbet just throws the ball to Morrison. Got Sagan and Filipowski nearly collide, and Klutzer loses it out of play. Some substitutions now for Post. Two new players coming in. Maya Pereira and Avia Burns return. Maria Lugazamon replaces Prudent on the defensive side for Wilmington. Payne shoots one towards the goal, but Nisbet's pressure does just enough to keep it off. Wilmington does get a corner kick out of this as the clock winds under 16 minutes to go. Winters towards the middle. Bartley trying to use her height there. Turning around and firing. Ball kept out of the net. Lugazamon nearly had one there. Turning around and shooting is Kirk, and she can't get her second. Kirk again will fire. Blocked away. Karaman shoots. That's blocked as well. Oh, like four attempts at goal there for Wilmington. They all get blocked away out of goal. Throw-in coming for the Wildcats now, and Valentino dishes it back off for Filipowski, who elevates one, but way too far. Deflected back towards the net where Nisbet finally stops things with under 15 minutes to go. Post holding on to this 1-1 tie for dear life right now. Barrios playing it a couple of touches ahead. Got Sagan right into the head of Filipowski. Will be a Wilmington throw-in ahead for Bartley, who has a step on Got Sagan. Bartley centers one towards the middle. Karaman couldn't get there. Payne tries to trickle one through. Got all the way back to Nisbet, who made the stop. Nisbet now with 10 saves on 11 shots. She's had to do a lot of heavy lifting to keep this score where it is. Lugazamon playing it through for Barrios, and Nisbet again slides forward and stops play. 13:42 and ticking remaining. Ball played ahead for Lugazamon. Prudent forward. At the center circle. Lugazamon ahead. And it's way too far out in front of number 11, Indigo Kirk. Approaching just 13 minutes to go. Clock stopped right now at 13:01. Some substitutions come on. Chase is back in there. It's like Van Cise is going to come out maybe a little shaken up after that collision. Nisbet drops it off for Bodwin. Good positioning here by Prudent. Again, it's Wilmington who will have all the possession right now. Valentino and Prudent go back and forth a little bit at the center line. Played for Filipowski, who it's deflected back the other way with 12.5 to go. Valentino somehow keeps it in the other way. It's a race between Filipowski now and Sagan. And Sophia Filipowski, who has been sprinting all over the place in this half, forces a throw-in for her own team. Bartley to the middle. Payne's been busy. Opting to her left right now. Shot towards the net by Lugazimon, and it's saved by Nisbet. Evelyn Payne leading her team with 3 total shots on the day. Tied with Audrey Cadman for the most on the game. Barely kept in right there by Winters. Klitzer finally with some momentum to the other side of the field. Collides with Valentino. Will be an Eagle throw-in. 11:25 to go in this 1-1 game. Throw-in for Sagan. Headed forward. Valentino with a high punt. Good job by Bartley here. Got tangled up with the legs of Bodwin, who rushes forward. Bodwin goes to the other side. Cadman chasing after it, and Mazzoni makes a big stop. Cadman again to work. Prudent delivers it out of bounds. It'll be a post throw-in from in their offensive zone. This is the furthest they've had it downfield since their goal. 10:20 to play. We'll have another throw-in coming. Great job by Karaman to work it back the other way. Deflected out of bounds. It'll be a Wilmington throw-in. We're under 10 minutes to go here at Lemoy Field. Again, after this one, stay tuned. 2 ranked opponents in post in Wilmington's men's soccer teams will come up after this. Played to the middle for Cadman. Prudent and Valentino will reinitiate offense now. Lugazimon forward for Bartley, but she misses the streaking Karaman. This is Karaman again. Playing it back to the near side for Filipowski, who got taken down, or she may have even just slipped. Got Sagan the other way. Got Sagan makes a couple of defenders miss before Valentino gets a piece of the ball. Pereira tries to go cross turf, but didn't get a lot on it. And now here comes Karaman. Kind of a busted play. Stutters, goes to Bartley, but that gave a lot of time for Ken to catch up to it. Prudent for Bartley again. Still plenty of time to get one for either side. Slotted forward. Here comes Payne. Payne shoots. It goes out of play. Looks like we're going to have a corner, though, coming for Wilmington. Under 8 minutes to go, so This might be the best opportunity Wilmington might get the rest of the way to take the lead. Line drive off the corner, trickles towards the front of the net. Bartley tries to get it towards goal, but it gets deflected away. Throw-in coming for Filipowski on the offensive side of the field for the Wildcats. Clock is stopped with 7:38 to play. Looks like somebody's being checked on the Wilmington side. Ready to resume? As we get the throw in. Winters, Filipowski. Thought it was going out. We're going to have a post throw in now. They're not going to allow either of the subs to come in. Reese Klutzer and Liana Prudent were ready to come back in. Excuse me, that's Natalia Vizera who's coming in for Wilmington, not Prudent. Prudent still in the game in back. That one goes out of bounds. Filipowski, who's exhausted after all the work she's done in this half, takes a breather. Under 7 minutes to play. Prudent looking for somewhere to deliver the ball to. Goes to Bartley. Barrios does a good job to just get it forward with all the contact on her backside. Payne chasing after the ball. Will she keep it in play? She will. Payne fires one and a high deflection by Chase out of bounds. This will turn into a Wilmington corner. Ball sent in. Header didn't get towards goal. Kirk will keep it in play, however. Kirk, who has the one goal for the Wildcats on the day. Ball is sitting there. Goes to Winters, who shoots. And Nisbet lunges and stops it. Aaron Nisbet keeping the tie intact with under 6 minutes to go. Another corner on the way, and it missed everybody. And nobody will be able to keep it in bounds either. So Post will get the throw in with 5:25 to play. Payne trying to gain some real estate, but there was just no room to go on either side. Long shot by Barrios. Nisbet slides. It got by her, but missed the net wide. Short pass to Bodwin. Valentino skies it back. Payne and Morrison deliver headers to the opposite side of the field. 4:20 to go. Finally momentum in the other direction, but Prudent breaks that up. Prudent forward for Bartley. And a foul is called on Prudent. Or Bartley, that is, excuse me. His Post catches a break with under 4 minutes to go. Valentino with a high kick. Three and a half minutes to go. Still tied at 1. If you're just joining us, Jeremy Goldstein on hand. We had a scoreless tie for a majority of this one. But goals separated by less than 4 minutes between Audrey Cadman and Indigo Kirk have this one tied at 1. Really good work by Payne, who had Chase hitting her down low to draw the contact. 3:06 to play. Wilmington, who's had the ball seemingly in their offensive end all game long, trying to gain their first lead of the day. Long one from Winters. Sent back the other way again. Cadman delivering this one out of harm's way, but she's tripped from behind by Barrios. Going to have a yellow or green card, excuse me. Clock stopped with 2:53 to go. Will be a yellow card charge to Wilmington. Barrios collects it. This is the second yellow card that's been given to Wilmington today. Bodwin with the long kick with under 3 minutes to go. Chase collects. A couple players get tangled up. Through ball for Payne. Trickles towards the goal. It is wide. Finally was able to get the ball away before Nisbet crashed and made the stop. But it does go wide of goal. So Nisbet continuing to play aggressively and has kept the game tied in the process. We have 2 minutes to go from Lemoy Field. Winters kind of lost track of the ball, but recovers. Played it back. Now it's Ken. Lindsey Kin plays it up ahead. Receives the pass after the give and go. Kin forward, shot by Cadman, and it just goes wide. Post sideline ready to explode there if that went through. Instead, we remain tied at 1 with 80 seconds to play. We're going to have a corner kick here for Post. There's their second opportunity of the day, but with the ball on this side, with just 1:16 to go, they have a real opportunity. To keep this score where it is at the very least. Cadman will deliver the corner kick with 1:16 to play from the near side of the field. Skied towards the goal. Just drifted away from the net without anybody touching it. Played all the way back to the circle.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute to go. Prudent delivered it backwards. Ball still on the far sideline. Does it stay in play? It will not. 45 seconds to go. Karaman trying to throw in. They got to go quick. Barrios back to Karaman with 35 seconds. trickles all the way back out to the Wilmington defense. Now Bartley gets her chest on the ball. Fighting for it with Chase, but Chase a little too overzealous. 20 seconds remaining. Clock stopped right now with 19 seconds to go. Does Wilmington have last-second heroics in them? It's their final offensive rush. They're going to have Mazzoni come all the way out here to play it into the box. Sent all the way back out towards Winters with 12 seconds. Ball fluttered in. Lugazon gets taken down. Lugazon charging the ball. Collides with Nisbet. Nothing goes. And that's the end of the game. Wilmington and Post tie 1-1.
Your 13th in the nation men's soccer team will take on 23rd in the nation Wilmington.
At the end of a high action-packed game here at Lemoy Field, Post took a 1-0 lead late on the goal by Audrey Cadman. Shortly after, you had the response from Indigo Kirk, and despite a lot of chances from the Wildcats, Post kept it even. Shots on goal, 13-5 in favor of Wilmington. Shots 28-8. But we do end in a tie. That'll do it for us here on the Post University Athletics. Stream your final score. Post and Wilmington both with 1. The men's game between these two teams will come up shortly after this.